Right behind me, I've got the 2026 GMC Sierra 1500 Denali. If you guys are new to the channel, my name is Jason and I do reviews on vehicles here in Canada, so reviews just like this. If you love car reviews, be sure to like this video and also subscribe to the channel. And also thank you to Georgetown Chevy for allowing me to review this beautiful Denali. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over the different models that you can get with the GMC Sierra 1500s, the safety features that you do get with the Denali model here, the engine specs, the exterior, the interior, the infotainment system, and of course the pricing. So in terms of the different models that you can get with the GMC Sierra 1500s, first off, you can pick from different configurations, so there's a bunch to pick from. Then you also do have two different drive types that you can pick from, and then here are all of the different models that you can get with this truck here. So there's quite a few to pick from. And as for the safety features that you do get with the Denali model, here is a list of all of the ones that do come with the truck. So again, even with this, you do have a good amount of safety features. Now in terms of the engine that this does have the standard 5.3 liter Ecotec 3 V8 engine. However, there's also the available 3 liter Duramax and also the 6.2 liter V8 engine. But with the 5.3, you are looking at 355 horsepower and 383 pound-foot of torque. And as for the towing, the way that this truck is spec'd out, you can tow about 9,200 pounds. I'm also going to throw up the window sticker on this truck because it does have quite a few optional upgrades added to it, and you're going to notice that as I walk around the vehicle. All right, let's start off in the front of this beautiful Denali. Now, typically, I'm not a huge fan of chrome, but on this truck, it just looks very nice. So on your bumper area, you do have a body color bumper, of course. You've got some chrome in the center here, along with the front chrome recovery hooks. There's also the LED fog lights on both of the corners, safety sensors up here. And then on the corner here of the bumper, you do have gloss black trimming and a functional vent. And again, this will be on the other side as well. And then you move into this beautiful and pretty big chrome grille. Look at how nice this looks. I love all of the detail, the designing of this. In the center here, you do have the red massive GMC letters and a front-facing camera with a washer. Even above the grille, right here, you have more of that chrome plating. And then you just really move into these gorgeous LED lights. I like the C-shape daytime running lights, and then you have your typical ones in the center. Now, if you do look close in the housing, it also says GMC there, and over on the side here, it says Sierra. All right, let's come around to the side of the truck here. You've got the typical Sierra 1500 looks, and let me show you up top, because this truck does have the power sunroof. Around the windows, you have all of the chrome, and then in the center here, you do have the gloss black. Even your door handles are in chrome. The side mirror here, the top half is chrome, and then the rest is just typical black plastic. You've got the turn signal lights here, and then a side mirror camera. Now, this has cameras all around, and I want to show you that in the touchscreen when I go inside. And on the fender here, you do have the nice chrome and gloss black 5.3 liter V8 badging here, and even on the sides of the door, you have the chrome Denali letters. Here are the power side steps. Not only, obviously, it opens up like this when you do open the door, and it sits flush against the truck once the door is closed. However, if I just tap this, as you can see, it comes out and back here. So you have access from here. You don't have to just rely on it being just by the door. And if I do that again, just like that, it goes back and sits flush against the truck. And then here are the upgraded chrome wheels. These actually look good on this truck, and these are 22-inch wheels. These are pretty big, but nowadays on SUVs you can get 24s, but even 22s on this truck, you can see they look very good with all of the chrome accents. All right, coming around to the truck, the nice looks continue, and this truck also has the multi-function tailgate, which I'm going to touch on in a second. Back here, like the front, you do have the body color rear bumper with the dual exhaust and the chrome tips. In the center, you do have the hitch, and right down below, you do have a spare tire. Up by the license plate area, you do have all of your towing outlets and more rear safety sensors. Over on the corners, you do have your steps built in, and then you just get into this tailgate. So on here, you have the massive, again, same thing, just like the front, the red GMC letters, the Denali badging, and the Sierra badging. And then up here by your tailgate buttons, you have two of them, one for the top and one for the main one, and then your cameras, and you've got the LED lights. Also, you'll notice this does have the tonneau cover added to it, and let's go ahead and touch on the multi-function tailgate here. So let me show you the traditional way on how to open this. So if I just press the bottom one, it's a soft opening, which is very nice. And then you have this little guy here. So if I just prop this up, that's what that looks like right there. And not only that, if I just go ahead and close this, now if I press the top button, this drops down so you have more access or closer access to the bed. And if I do this again, this turns into a step. Now, one last one, if I close all of this and then I just press the top button here, it unlocks the top half of the tailgate just like that. And lastly, you can just prop this one up again. All right, now let's open up the tailgate and see what we have in the bed. So right off the bat, you do have the spray-in bed liner, which I am a huge fan of, and I think every truck should have this. Inside here, first off, at the back, you have the massive GMC letters. There's also all of the hooks in all of the corners, LED bed lighting on both of the sides, and a 120 volt outlet. Over on the rear glass, the middle window is power sliding, and if you look up by the light area, you have two cameras, one for the bed and one for the digital mirror camera. All right, let's hop inside the truck and see what we have going on in terms of the trims. First off, it's an all black interior. However, you do have bits and pieces that do stand out. So down here, you have a generous amount of space with a water bottle area and a speaker with chrome around it. Even the plating here is in chrome. And then you move into this soft touch material up here. Now, one thing to note, even though this top area is soft touch as well, you'll notice the designing. So this is kind of like smooth, but then this has like this textured designing on it, which actually stands out from the plain. And then the gray piping, stitching, and even the nice X pattern stitching. Up here, you have chrome trimming, and then this beautiful wood trim. It's kind of like a gradient, so it goes from like brown to black, and you'll notice this throughout the interior. All right, let's check out the interior seats here. This is an all black interior. However, it still looks nice. You have the X pattern stitching, the perforated back and bottom sections. This seat and the other seat in the corner does come heated, which is a bonus. And these seats do have hidden compartment areas. Not only that, but if you go ahead and pull this down, this does have the cup holders. And if we go ahead and pull up these seats, you do have this storage area, which you can definitely utilize. Plus all of this opens up. I'm going to quickly jump in here and show you the legroom and the headroom. All right, inside, legroom wise, you can see I have a ton of legroom, no issues. And even though this seat can probably be moved back even more, I still have a good amount of legroom. Now, in terms of the headroom, I'm wearing a hat, and for reference, I am 5'11", and look at all the space here. It opens up a lot like that because you do have this increased roof area back here, so that opens up a ton of headspace. Behind the driver and passenger seats, you do have the soft touch material, and again, it's like the doors, like the textured designing and everything, so it looks very cool. And you do have the storage pockets on both of the seats. On the rear console area, you do have more cup holders, more chrome trimming around here, heated seat controls, the vents back here, and USB ports. All right, let's check out the front to see if anything is different compared to the rear. It's exactly like the rear. The only thing that I can see up here is much more space here and two water bottle areas, plus a massive speaker. This does have the nice Bose sound system. Another thing you'll notice up here is the cool looking Denali badging. And then everything else is pretty typical, like your window controls, side mirror controls, and then the driver memory seat controls. Now let's check out the front seats. These are like the second row seats. Not only do these come heated, but they're also ventilated, and you have the Denali badging stitched in to the back there. But yeah, these seats are also very nice and comfortable. All of your controls are down here. You've even got this nice looking Denali door sill piece in chrome. Underneath, nothing too fancy, just your foot pedals, and here is the hood latch release. Up here you have your electronic parking brake, all of your different modes here, your 2 high, auto, 4 high, your trailing controls, all the lighting controls. So the exterior lighting, cluster dimmers here, the bed lighting at the top, and then you have another button right here. And this also has the heads up display, so all of those controls are here. And even around your venting, you have gloss black, more chrome trimming, and then this beautiful texture trimming that you're gonna notice all throughout the dashboard. As for the steering wheel, this does come power adjustable. All right, before I jump in, I just wanna show you something on the cluster area. When I do open up the door, you do have this nice Denali image that displays. And when I do close the door, look at this beautiful animation on the cluster and the touchscreen. How cool is that? Okay, entering inside, you do have the hard material all across the dashboard with the stitching, the piping, a speaker there, and a speaker in the other corner. And like I was mentioning, this has my favorite thing, which is the heads-up display. You've also got this very nice, very crisp looking 12.3-inch fully digital cluster area. I love all of the details on this, and you can view a bunch of different information. All of that is controlled through here. So if I just go down on the scroll wheel, as you can see, a bunch of information pops up, and going through all of these different sections, you can go through more things. Not only that, but if I go under settings and go under left side, I can even view things on here and the other one. So there's 3 sections really that you can view all sorts of different information. As for the steering wheel, this has soft touch material. This also comes heated, which is a bonus. And here's more of that trimming that I've shown you around the vents, the Denali badging here, more chrome trimming here, And on the left side, you're gonna find all of your cruise control settings, follow distance, and your heated steering wheel control. The other side has your Bluetooth, phone, and cluster controls. If you look behind, you do have the paddle shifters. Also, the wiper controls, high beams, and indicators. Moving to the center armrest area, you have more of the soft touch material with the perforated middle section here, which stands out. Opening this up, you do have this tray with 3 sections which can be popped out, and inside you do have a decent amount of storage space, plus USB ports, an outlet over here, and here is your wireless phone charger. Before I touch on the center console here, I just want to show this side here. You have contrast stitching, some space on the side here, and you're going to notice that on the passenger side as well. And then on here, you have your handy dandy shifter, trailer brake controller, some space right here, USB ports right here, 2 cup holders up here with chrome trimming around it, and then more space up here. And then you have a bunch of different controls here. So right here, you have your lane keep. Here are the parking sensors to turn them on or off, auto start stop, tailgate button, here's the hazards, traction control, and the hill descent control. Then right above that, you have all of this. You have your engine start stop here in kind of like this cool designing. Then are all of the heating and cooling temperature controls, including the vented seats, heated seats, and even for this, you can either do just the top or both. Then you come to this very cool looking 13.4-inch touchscreen. I love all of the details on this. You have a main screen here and a mini screen off to the right, and you have a first page full of things and then the second page as well. So if I go to the first page here and go under audio, in here you're gonna find the AM, FM, Sirius XM, Bluetooth, USB, and news. And then heading back, you've also got the maps. So this does have the Google Maps built in. Heading back again here, you've also got the phone section, and then here are the cameras. So this has cameras all around, so let me just show you everything. So let me turn that on. That is the bird's eye top view. Here's the front facing camera. If I just click this, here's the rear. If I click the next one, this is the top rear and then the top front. Here are the side cameras facing the front and then facing the rear. Here's also the hitch camera. If I go back to this, and I can also turn off the bird's eye top view, but I'll leave that on. If I click the arrow, here is the bed camera. Now, exiting out of all of this, you also have Google Assistant, Play Store, Android Auto, and Apple CarPlay. The next page here under trailering is going to be all of your trailering stuff. So you can add a new trailer, use a guest trailer, or accessories. And then exiting out of this, you also have the climate section, which you can control from here, or the physical controls down here. Heading back again, there's also the settings section, which you're going to find typical on any vehicle. So this is just your basic stuff that you can fine tune to your liking. And then exiting out, you also have Wi-Fi hotspot, My GMC, and news. Then you move over to the little mini screen here. As you can see, I can flick through quite a few things, well, 4 things actually, but yeah, at least you have a little screen. Now up top here, you have your rear view mirror, but if I do this, it's also a digital rear view mirror. Then heading further up here, you have all of your garage controls, your sunroof controls, rear power sliding window controls, interior lights, SOS, and OnStar. Here is the key fob for this Sierra Denali, just your typical GMC key. Let's come around to the passenger side and see what we have going on this side. And here's that space that I was talking about on the side. But on the dashboard here, you have this beautiful, beautiful wood trimming that I was showing you on the doors. And again, you have the gradient look. And this does open up, revealing a hidden compartment area. And then you just have your typical glove compartment space. And here is the window sticker for this Denali here. The pricing that you see is in Canadian dollars. Well, that does it for the review on this 2026 GMC Sierra 1500 Denali. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you think of this?